Welcome all my beloved primary school. That's a week time for science, and today we will start second lesson of Unit 2, which deal with a very important lesson, not for our science or not for our syllabus, but also important for our life, which is the danger of electricity أو أخطار الكهرباء. ده النهارده درس مهم جدا، مش بس عشان المنهج أو الامتحانات، لكن هو درس مهم قوي عشان حياتنا الشخصية. So today we will start a new lesson, which is the dangers of electricity أو أخطار الكهرباء. So let's start this lesson without delaying, because we have in this lesson many important information and important experiments or important illustrations or warnings، تحذيرات مهمة جدا to deal with electricity. So let's start this lesson by classifying material into two types. كل المواد اللي حوالينا ممكن نقسمها نوعين، هما good conductor of electricity أو conductors of electricity and also bad conductors أو هنسميها الاسم الأدق ليها insulators. So let's start a very important experiment. Imagine that I have an electric circuit. هتخيل ان عندي دائرة كهربية زي ما قلنا الأسبوع اللي فات, which consists of a battery. Let us draw with ourselves a battery and a lamp. A battery and a lamp. Okay, battery and a lamp, wire and a key. Okay. And I want to light the lamp. I want to light the lamp and I have some materials. هنا عندي بعض المواد وعايز أخلي اللمبة تنور. These materials are copper coin, for example, iron nail, wood, a piece of wood, a piece of rubber, and at last a piece of silver. What happens if I put here in the place of the key, يعني حطيت كده في مكان المفتاح, a piece of copper, حتة نحاس. We know that copper is a conductor of electricity, so the lamp will light. So copper is a conductor, so we can say copper is a conductor of electricity. So again, copper is a conductor of electricity. What happens if I replace the copper with the iron? What happens if I put the iron here? The lamp also will light, because iron is a good conductor of electricity again. اللمبة هتنور في حالة توصيل بالكوبر أو الأيرن. So what happens if I replace the iron with wood? The lamp will not light. Why? Because the wood is an insulator. لأنه مادة عازلة للكهرباء. He doesn't conduct electricity, أو it doesn't conduct electricity. What happens if I put rubber instead of all of them? Also the lamp will not light. برضه اللمبة مش هتنور. Why? Because the rubber is an insulator of electricity. هو برضو مادة غير موصلة للكهرباء. What happens if I put silver? Silver also conductors such as copper and iron. So we can classify materials into two types, which are conductors and insulators. For example, rubber is an insulator. Rubber أو المطاط هو مادة عازلة. Silver is a conductor. So we can say that we have two types of material which are conductors and insulators. And we can write here materials are classified. المواد بنقسمها نوعين. ايه هما؟ conductors and also insulators. What difference between them? Conductors they are قلنا اكتر مرة بنحب قوي الطالب الكرييتيف اللي مش بيحفظ definition لكن بيفهمه. They are materials, هي المواد which allow اللي بتسمح passing of the electric current. passing of the electric current. تسمح مرور التيار الكهربي. Okay? Through them. So what about insulators? ايه بقى المواد العازلة such as rubber, wood, plastic, glass? They are materials which don't allow passing of electric current or electricity through them. So the main difference between conductors and insulators is that conductors allow electricity to pass through, but insulators don't allow electricity to pass through. So now let's have an electric circuit in our lesson today to have or to determine or to classify all materials into types which are conductors and also insulators. So now, if I have a rubber, a coin, an iron nail, a piece of glass, a piece of wood, a copper wire, and I want to examine, عايز أفحص أو أختبر the conductivity of each one of them. عايز أعرف مين فيهم بيوصل الكهرباء، مين فيهم ما بيوصلش الكهرباء. I have or I will have a circuit like this. We will see it now. If I put here, for example, if I put here in the space a piece of iron, the lamp will light. If I put here a piece of rubber, the lamp will not light. So why? Because iron is a conductor of electricity. iron بيوصل الكهرباء، لكن الرابر is an insulator. طب في ناس ممكن تقول لي اسميها باك كوندكتور، مش بحب قوي التسميه صراحه. ليه؟ لانها مش دقيقه قوي، هي الكهرباء يا هتوصل يا لا. عكس الحراره، الحراره كنا بنقول عليها كوندكتور او باك كوندكتور او جود كوندكتور. لا، الكهرباء حاجه من اثنين، يا اما كوندكتور يا اما انسيوليتور، يا موصل يا عازل، ما فيهاش حاجه ثالثه. اوكي؟ او ما فيهاش جود وباد. So here, if I put a piece of iron, a piece of copper, a piece of silver, an iron nail, the lamp will light. Why? Because all of them are conductor of electricity. So if I put a piece of wood, a piece of rubber, a piece of glass, a piece of plastic, a piece of paper, the lamp will not light. Why? Because all of them are insulators. هم مواد عازلة. So now we can make a definition for the electric conductors. Again, we can make a definition for the electric conductors. So they are materials that allow electric charges to flow through. They are materials that allow electric charge or electric current or electricity. ممكن اغير الديفينيشن باي طريقه. ايه هي المواد الموصله؟ هي المواد اللي بتسمح بمرور الكهرباء من خلالها. Again, they are materials that allow electric charges to flow through. So what about electric insulator, or what about the examples of those conductors? عندي example كتير جدا من الكوندكتور such as iron, copper, aluminum, gold, silver, nickel, or I can abbreviate them in all metal. يعني ممكن اختصر كل ده واقول له all metals، كل المعادن هي مواد توصل الكهرباء. And also human body, that's a surprise، مفاجأة بقى، جسمنا برضو بيوصل الكهرباء. Water، مع ان الووتر هي اصلا المفروض تبقى باك كوندكتور او انسيليتور، لكن الووتر اوريدي فيها salts، فيها املاح، فشور هي هتوصل الكهرباء. The earth, because the earth contains water and some salts, so it's a conductor of electricity. So again, I have many examples of electric conductors such as iron, copper, aluminum, gold, silver, nickel, platinum, any metal we have studied, or any metal in the earth, in the universe, and also the human body, also the water because it contains salts, and at last the earth. So what about the other definition, which is the electric insulator؟ قلنا مش دقيق قوي نقول باك كوندكتور اوف electricity، لا الصح ان نقول insulator، هي ماده عازله للكهرباء. يعني الحراره كان ممكن اقول فيها باك كوندكتور او جود كوندكتور، لكن electricity لا، electricity conductors or insulator. They are materials that don't allow electric charges to flow through. Again, they are materials that don't allow electric charges to flow through. هي مواد ما بتسمحش الكهرباء تمر من خلالها. Or they are materials that don't allow electricity or electric current to flow through. So what about the example of electric insulators such as wood, cloth, القماش, air, plastic, glass, paper, rubber, and so on. We have many examples of electric insulators such as wood, cloth, air, plastic, glass, paper, and rubber, and so on. So now I have a wire like this. You know that? You know that the wire is made of what? The wire is made of copper. Inside the wire, the structure or the inside structure is made of copper. So what about the cover of the wire? It's made of plastic. So here I have a very important give reason question. Let us write this question. نكتب مع بعض. سؤال مهم جدا في give reason. The question says give reason. نكتب مع بعض. Give reason. Electric wires are made of plastic. Sorry, are made of copper, and covered by plastic. So here I have two questions, not only one question. Okay? Electric wires are made of copper. أسلاك الكهرباء بتصنع من النحاس. But or are covered by plastic. يعني هنا في مادتين بيستخدموا في صنع electric wire. What are they? The copper, the inside structure, and the plastic, the outside structure. So why I choose the copper for making the wires and the plastic for making the cover? So I have two questions and two answers at the same time. Because copper is a conductor of electricity. Because copper is a conductor of electricity. But plastic, again, but plastic is an insulator of electricity. يبقى ما ينفعش اعمل الكفر بس كده without a cover. لازم يكون في مادة عازلة بره اللي بنسميها insulator او البلاستيك of electricity. Why? To protect or to prevent electric shock. To prevent electric. So again, the electric wire are made of copper, and also they must be covered by plastic. Why? I have here two substances, two materials, copper and the plastic. Why copper? Because copper is a good conductor or is a conductor of electricity, but plastic is an insulator of electricity. Again, copper is a conductor of electricity, but plastic is an insulator of electricity. هو مادة عازلة للكهرباء. So now let's start our important point of this lesson today, which is the danger of electricity أو أخطار الكهرباء. Dangers of electricity. Let's start them. We have two types of dangers. Direct injuries إصابات مباشرة بنسميها كده, and indirect injuries إصابات غير مباشرة. So again, we have two types of dangers which are direct injuries إصابات مباشرة من الكهرباء, وفي نوع تاني بنسميه indirect إصابات غير مباشرة. What is the difference between them? Let's start them and study them in details. First, we will study direct injuries such as fires الحرائق, electric shock الصدمة الكهربائية أو الماس الكهربائي, burns الاحتراق. طبعا أكيد أي حد هيفكر what's the difference between fire and burn? They are the same meaning. لا, هنعرف كويس قوي what's the difference between fire and burn. Fire again and burn. So now we'll study today fires, electric shock and burns, and also we'll study the reasons of each one of them and how to keep away from each one of them. ازاي بتحصل الحرائق ديت او الاخطار ديت, اخطار الكهرباء, وازاي احمي نفسي منها كمان. So again, we have today two types of injuries which are direct injuries and indirect injuries. First, or the first type, which is direct injuries, we will study fires الحرائق, electric shock صدمة كهربائية أو الماس الكهربائي, burns الاحتراق. So now let's start with the fires. What's meant by fires? Surely, they are fires occurs as a result of the increase in the temperature of the electric machine. هي حرائق بتحصل بسبب ان بيحصل زيادة في حرارة بعض الماكينات او الآلات اللي بتشتغل بالكهرباء. Such as what? Such as electric iron المكوى الكهربائية, such as electric heater الدفاية او السخان الكهربي, such as electric stove for example بوتاجاز الكهربائي او and so on. So again, fires, they are fires occurs as a result of the increase in the temperature of the electric machine. Again, they are fires occur as a result of the increase in the temperature of the electric machine. So now let's start or let's have the electric fire reason. أنا عايز أعرف إيه هي أسباب الحرائق عشان أتجنبها. We have many examples or we have many reasons for electric fire reason, such as placing an electric machine that generates heat, such as heater and iron, near to some of flammable material, such as curtains, furnitures, carpets, clothes, and so on. يعني ممكن نعمل خطأ خطير جدا وفادح جدا ان احط اي آلة بتولد كهرباء زي electric iron, electric heater سخان كهربي او دفاية كهربية near flammable material. يعني ايه flammable؟ مادة قابلة للاشتعال. Such as what? Such as curtains الستاير, furniture الأثاث أو الموبيليا, carpets السجاد, clothes الملابس. يبقى ناخد بالنا كويس قوي لما استخدم especially electric iron أو electric heater الدفاية أو المكوى, we must take care of flammable material. They must be away from those device or those equipments. لازم اخد بالي كويس قوي ان اي ماده قبل الاشتعال تبقى بعيده جدا عن المكوى او الدفايه او السخان الكهربي. So again, the first reason of electric fire is that placing an electric machine that generates heat, such as electric iron or electric heater, near to some flammable material. يعني ايه flammable؟ ماده قبل الاشتعال. Such as curtains, furniture, carpets, clothes, or cloths القماش كمان, and so on. So we must take care of placing those machines away from the flammable material. يعني ايه flammable المرة الثالثة؟ معناها مادة قبل الاشتعال. That's the first reason of electric fire. Second reason, plugging more than one machine to one socket. Plugging more than one machine to one socket. Socket يعني الفيشة اللي بنستخدمها عشان اشغل بيها اي جهاز. وهنا كلمة plugging معناها ان انا بحط الفيشة بتاعت اي جهاز في نفس السوكت طبعا بس باستخدام بقى حاجه بنسميها مشترك، فده بيعمل حاجه بنسميها electric overload. يعني مش صح ابدا ان انا استخدم مشترك واحد احط فيه اكتر من جهاز، especially خصوصا اي جهاز بيسخن such as electric fire, electric heater, electric iron، دفايه، سخان، oven, forn, microwave and so on. So we mustn't or we must avoid electric overload. لازم اتجنب حاجه اسمها الحمل الكهربائي الزياده عن طريق ان انا ما بحطش اكتر من one machine to the same socket. Again, plugging more than one machine to one socket that causes electric overload, so the wire heats up and leads to fire. So here I have a picture for that. Imagine that. طبعا منظر بنشوفه اكيد كتير جدا في بيوتنا. يبقى one socket بستخدم له common socket يعني مشترك، بحط فيه اكتر من one machine، اكتر من جهاز. For example laptops, computers, mobiles, printers, TV, receivers and so on. So it will cause electric overload. ده بيسبب حاجه بنسميها electric overload، وده بيسبب heating of the wire يعني ارتفاع حراره الاسلاك and so on. It may cause fire. ربما يسبب حرائق. So again we must avoid electric overload by not plugging more than one machine to the same socket. ما بحطش اكتر من جهاز في نفس السوكت، يعني اتجنب ان يكون في اجهزه كتير جدا في نفس السوكت عشان ما يحصلش حاجه اسمها overload اللي بيسبب heating of the wire يعني تسخين الاسلاك and that may cause ربما يسبب electric fire. So again, plugging more than one machine in the same socket may cause electric overload that may cause electric fire. So another reason of the electric fire is that not disconnecting the electric machine from the electric current after using, such as when we use the electric iron. واحد بيستخدم مكوى عشان يكوي تي شيرت او قميص بتاعه، بعد ما خلص ما فصلش المكوى من الكهرباء. طبعا ده بيسبب برضه overload، بيسبب increase in the temperature of the machine that may cause fire. ده ممكن كمان يسبب حرائق. فناخد بالنا كويس قوي، الكهرباء ما بتغلطش، احنا اللي بنغلط. ده مبدأ كده نحطه في حياتنا او في دماغنا باستمرار، ان الكهرباء شيء مهم جدا في حياتنا وجميل جدا لكن خطر جدا في نفس الوقت. فناخد بالنا كويس قوي. Take care. Electricity is a very important thing in our life, but at the same time it's a very dangerous thing. هي خطر جدا جدا جدا. So again, I have another reason for the electric fire, which is that not disconnecting the electric current from the electric machine that generates heat after use. يعني ما بفصلش التيار الكهربي عن اي آلة خصوصا اللي بتولد حرارة. مين هما؟ electric iron المكوى، electric heater الدفاية او السخان. Again, those three devices الأجهزة دول بالذات، الدفاية والمكوى والسخان، please ناخد بالنا كويس قوي منهم. After using we must disconnect. لازم افصل electric current from them التيار الكهربي عنهم. Another reason, or we have a notapina here. Imagine that لا قدر الله يعني there is a fire, there is electric fire، في حريقة كهربائية. How can I put it off؟ ازاي اطفيها؟ Surely we don't use water. Why? Because water is a conductor of electricity and we don't use water for that reason. لو حد استخدم ميه عشان يطفي حريقة كهرباء ده هيسبب ان electric fire will increase، هتزيد جدا جدا. Why? Because the water is a good conductor of electricity. So I have a notapina here. Water is not used to put out electric fire of electricity. Why? Or give reason? Because water is a good conductor of electricity, or because water conducts electricity such as iron, such as aluminum, copper and so on. So it will increase electric fire. يبقى معلومة مهمة جدا. لو لا قدر الله حصل حريقة ناتجة عن الكهرباء مستحيل اطفيها ابدا بالماء. So how can I put it out or how can I put it off؟ إذا اطفيها I can put it out by using sand, for example, by using fire extinguisher which contain carbon dioxide as we have studied in the previous semester. الترم اللي فات درسنا carbon dioxide بيطفي الحرائق because it doesn't burn and it doesn't help in burning. So I have many ways to put it out, not by water at all. Water is not used to extinguish or to put out electric fire and also the petrol fire. برضو حرائق ان شاء الله هندسها السنه الجايه الترم الاول كمان. لو في اي فاير ناتجه عن البترول او الاويل ما ينفعش برضه استخدم فيها الميه، لان الموضوع ده بقى خاص بالدنسي ان شاء الله هندرسه السنه الجايه ان شاء الله. So again, water is not used to extinguish the electric fire because water is a good conductor of electricity or because water conducts electricity. So up till now we have many reasons for the electric fire and I hope to keep away from those reasons to protect ourselves and protect our home, our school, our all buildings from electric fire. So again, we can use sand for extinguishing those electric fire, not water or at all. So another danger، خطر تاني من اخطار الكهرباء بنسميه electric shock. electric shock يعني الصدمة الكهربائية او الماس الكهربي. ربما يكون حصل لحد فينا كده انه اتكهرب في مرة. اتكهرب يعني ايه؟ حصل passing of the electric current through his body. So what's meant by electric shock? It is the result of an electric current passing through the human body. Again, it's a result of an electric current passing through the human body. هي مرور التيار الكهربي داخل جسم الإنسان. طب بنسمع كتير قوي إن لا قدر الله حد اتكهرب وحصل له ديث، حصل له وفاة، في حد ثاني اتكهرب ما حصلش حاجة. هنعرف ليه بقى الأسباب ديت، ليه بيحصل، ممكن يحصل ديث وفاة، ممكن ما يحصلش. هنعرف كل حاجة ونعرف أسباب electric shock بالتفصيل حالا دلوقتي. So again, what's meant by electric shock? It's a result of an electric current passing through the human body. It's the result of electric current or passing the electric current through the human body. So what about the human body? هل جسم الإنسان هو conductor ولا insulator? Surely the human body is a conductor. عشان كده بتمشي فيه الكهرباء، وده اللي بيسبب حاجة بنسميها electric shock. So now I have a picture. This picture is a warning bell. هي جرس إنذار for all parents. لكل الآباء. Please keep your children away from the electric source. ابعد اطفالي كتير جدا او يعني بمنتهى الحرص عن اي مصدر التيار الكهربي. Please keep your children away from the electric source because electricity can make or can cause electric shock that may lead to death. لا قدر الله ممكن تؤدي للوفاة. So again, electric shock, what's meant by this again? is the result of an electric current passing through the human body. So now, what are the reasons of the electric shock? Electric shock reasons, we have many reasons for this electric shock, such as a part of your body touches a wire with the electric current and touches the ground with the other part. لو لمست بجزء من جسمي، ايديا for example، او اي جزء من جسمي، سلك فيه كهرباء and you are standing on the ground. طب ليه؟ بعتبر هنا الجراوند هي النيجاتيف بول، هي القطب السالب للدائره الكهربائيه. اتفقنا الاسبوع اللي فات ان اي باتري فيها 2 بولز بوزيتيف ونيجاتيف. برضو الكهرباء اللي في البيت فيها 2 بولز بوزيتيف ونيجاتيف. طب لو لمست البوزيتيف وانا واقف على الارض اللي هي النيجاتيف، انا كده عملت سيركت كامله، دايره كامله كلوزد مغلقه، يبقى في الحاله دي هيحصل لي electric shock. So again, a part of your body touches a wire with electric current and touches the ground with the other part. A part of your body touches a wire with the electric current and touches the ground with other part. Another reason for the electric shock, you touch with one part of your body a wire that has electric current in it and touch a material conducting electricity and connected to the ground. يعني ممكن بقى ألمس سلك، وبساعتها مش هكون واقف على الأرض، هكون بلمس حاجة أو واقف على حاجة تانية، بس برضه هي conducting such as an iron chair، كرسي حديد مثلا، أو a metal chair، أي كرسي معدني. That will cause electric shock. عشان كده مهم قوي إن electrician أو الفني أو الكهربائي لما بيعمل أي repairs عندنا في البيت لازم يقف على wooden chair، كرسي خشب، أو wooden ladder، سلم خشب. ليه؟ Because the wooden ladder or the wooden chair are insulators. يبقى هنا مش هيكمل الدائرة الكهربية، يبقى هيعمل عازل، يعني مش هيتكهرب. So again, you touch with one part of your body a wire that has electric current in it and touch a material conducting electricity and connected to the ground. So again, you touch with one part of your body, a wire that has an electric current in it and touch a material conducting electricity and connected to the ground. So another reason for the electric shock, you touch two wires. لو لمست بقى السلكين البوزيتيف والنيجاتيف، لو لمست السلكين بوزيتيف ونيجاتيف that conducting electricity. So again, you touch two wires that conducting electricity, it will cause also an electric shock. يبقى تاني كده نقدر نلخص كل اللي قلناه ازاي بيحصل electric shock by a simple reason. If you are a part، لو انت جسمك جزء من electric circuit. For example, imagine that I have two wire here. نرسم مع بعض كده. That the wire is a positive, this wire is negative. The wire is positive, this wire is negative. You touch the positive wire and you are standing, for example, like this on the ground, okay? The ground, we consider the ground or the earth is a negative pole. So now you will close the circuit. Electricity will pass from the positive to your body and back again to the negative and then to the positive. So the circuit is closed here. دايرة هنا مقفولة. When the circuit is closed, it will make an electric shock. And if you touch the two wire, if you have two wire positive or negative, and you touch with both of your hand the two wires which are positive or negative. So if you close the electric circuit, لو انت قفلت دايرة كهربية انت بقيت جزء منها, it will cause an electric shock. So again, electric shock is a very very dangerous danger of electricity. هي خطير جدا من أخطار الكهرباء that may be caused, ممكن تسبب by many reasons, such as if you touch an electric wire, an electric and you're standing on a wooden on a metal chair, sorry, if you touch a wire and you're standing on the ground, touch the two wire of the electricity, the positive and the negative, all of them are reason of electricity or a reason of electric shock, and electric shock may cause this. ربما تسبب وفاة. So please, we must take care of ourselves, we must take care of our friends, of our schools, of our labs, of our children, our daughters and sisters, and all our people. So please take care of all of them by keeping away from the reasons of the electric shock and keeping away also from the reasons of the electric fire. So now, what about the harms? What about the harms resulting from the electric shock? يعني هل في أضرار بتحصل من electric shock؟ طبعا ممكن تسبب for example حالة بنسميها electric shock أو الصدمة الكهربائية، أو ممكن تسبب الوفاة. طب ده معتمد على إيه؟ Number one, the strength of the electric current، يعني قوة التيار الكهربي. التيار الكهربي اللي كهربني ده أو اللي دخل جسمي، هل هو قوي قوي يقدر يموت ولا ضعيف بس مجرد إن هو يرعشني شوية كده ويزغزغني كده زي ما بنحس بيها في بعض الحالات. طبعا strength is very important factor that affect on the harms of the electric shock. يبقى السترينث حاجة مهمة جدا، قوة التيار الكهربي شيء مهم جدا. And also the time taken or the time took by the electric current to pass. The time took by the electric current to pass. هل التيار الكهربي مر بجسمي لمدة ثواني ولا مدة دقايق ولا for example more than this. طبعا ثانية أو ثانيتين ممكن ما يكونش حاجة خطر قوي لو حد لحقني وعمل لي انسيتور. يعني for example لو أنا لقيت واحد صاحبي حصل له electric shock, what can I do؟ أقدر أعمل إيه؟ I can push him by anything insulator. أقدر أزقه بأي حاجة تكون عازلة للكهرباء. Such as wooden chair, such as wooden stick، عصاية خشب، كرسي خشب، plastic، anything plastic، أي حاجة تكون insulator، أي حاجة مادة عازلة ممكن أعمل بيها يعني زي ما بنسميه كده insulating، عازلة الشخص المصاب بالإلكتريك شوك. لكن لو استخدمت أي مادة كوندكتور يبقى أنا كده بكبر المشكله زياده، بدخل كمان انا معاه في الدائره الكهربيه وانا كمان هيتسبب لي electric shock. So again, electric shock can be avoided by using anything insulator، ان انا استخدم اي شيء عازل للكهرباء such as plastic, wood, carpets for example, cloth or cloth القماش او الملابس، anything which is insulator can be used to avoid the electric shock. So now let's have the third danger، آخر خطر من أخطار الكهرباء، which is the electric burn. Electric burn وهنفرق بينها وبين electric fire. What's meant by electric burn is that they are burns that resulted from electricity and causes the damage of the body tissue. هي الحرق الناتج من الكهرباء لكن بيسبب تلف في أنسجة جسم الإنسان. يعني حرق جسم الإنسان مش حرق في المكان. يبقى electric fire هي fire في place معين، حريقة في مكان معين، for example house, school, factory, company and so on. But electric burn هي حرق في جسم الإنسان شخصيا. يبقى هنفرق بين electric fire و electric burn. Electric fire حرق في place أو a fire in a place, but electric burn is a burn in the tissue or the cells of the human body. Again, electric burn, they are burns that resulting from electricity and causes the damage of the body tissue. Again, they are the burns that resulting from the electricity and causes the damage، بتسبب تلف أو تدمير of the body tissue. So now let's have electric burn reason. طب ممكن نعرف أسباب electric burn عشان نتجنبها؟ Sure, we have many reasons. For example, number one, a part of your body touches directly an electric current source. لما جسمي يلمس مصدر تيار كهربي مباشرة. For example, you touch the source of the electricity that operates the electric iron. بلمس مصدر كهربي بيشغل مكوى for example, and this may cause electric shock and electric burn at the same time. لما بلمس مصدر كهربي ده بيسبب حاجتين في نفس الوقت. electric shock يعني صدمة كهربية أو ماس كهربائي، وفي نفس الوقت بيسبب electric burn احتراق كهربي أو حرق داخل جسم الإنسان. So again, the first reason of the electric burn is that a part of your body touches directly an electric source. Another reason, a part of your body touches fire or a spark resulting from an electric fire. ربما يحصل من بعض حرائق الكهرباء حاجه بنسميها سبارك، شراره كهربيه، ودي بنشوفها كتير قوي لو تو وايرز لمسوا بعض وفيهم الكتريستي. لو تو وايرز سلكين فيهم كهرباء لمسناهم ببعض بيحصل حاجه اسمها سبارك او شراره كهربيه. طب فور اكزامبل لو الشراره ديت وصلت لجسم الانسان it will cause electric burn، هتسبب احتراق كهربي. So again, a part of your body touches fire or spark resulting from an electric fire. A part of your body touches fire or spark resulting from an electric fire. Another reason, I'm sorry, a part of your body touches an electric machine that generates heat such as heater or iron. Again, I warn you again and again from the iron. The iron or the electric iron المكوى الكهربائية is a very important and interesting electric machine at our house, but it is at the same time it's very dangerous if we don't know how to use it. يبقى for example لو واحد لمس أي آلة كهربية بتولد حرارة. For example مكوى كهربائية، سخان كهربي، دفاية and so on. It will cause also electric burn. Electric burn again is the electric burn that damage the tissue and cells of the body. يبقى نفرق كتير قوي تاني بين electric burn و electric fire. الفاير هي حريقة في مكان، لكن burn هي حريقة أو احتراق في جسم الإنسان. احتراق في جسم الإنسان. So again, a part of your body touches an electric machine that generates heat such as heater or iron. So now, what about the indirect injuries؟ ايه بقى الإصابات غير مباشرة من الكهرباء؟ من اسمها كده واضح ان هي إصابة بس مش ناتجة من الكهرباء شخصيا، ناتجة من حاجة نتجت عن الكهرباء. For example that they are also caused by electricity، هي ناتجة من الكهرباء لكن مش إصابة مباشرة من الكهرباء. بمعنى falling from top of a ladder، واحد بيقع من على سلم due to an electric shock، يعني واحد كان بيصلح حاجة في الكهرباء وحصل electric shock، بس لما وقع من على السلم for example حصل له broken his leg مثلا. So again they are also caused by electricity like injuries caused by falling from top of a ladder due to an electric shock. يبقى لو شخص وقع for example من شيء عالي او من ladder من سلم during repairing electricity and has broken his leg for example and has wounds، عنده جروح او كسر ده هسميه اصابه بس غير مباشره من الكهرباء لانها مش ناتجه من الكهرباء دايركت، هي ناتجه من الوقعه اللي ناتجت عن الكهرباء، عشان كده بنسميها اصابه غير مباشره او بنسميها indirect injuries. So now the most important point in our lesson today، هنا بقى النهارده او دلوقتي اهم نقطه في درسنا النهارده precautions in dealing with electricity. يعني ايه precautions؟ احتياطات الامان. طب الكهرباء خطيره يعني نستغنى عنها؟ طبعا لا، ما ينفعش نستغنى عن الكهرباء خالص. الكهرباء شيء مهم جدا في حياتنا زي ما قلنا في اول الحلقه، لكن لازم نتعلم ازاي نتعامل معاها with او be careful، ناخد كده بحرص نتعامل مع الكهرباء، نتعامل معاها بحرص شديد جدا واحترافيه عاليه شويه. So how can we deal with electricity and what are the precautions of dealing with electricity? We have many precautions such as that don't play with the electric connections. Don't play with the electric connection. يعني ما العبش باي توصيلات كهربائيه. ما دام انا مش فاهم في الكهرباء او مش دارس كهرباء كويس قوي please don't play or don't interfere، ما تدخلش في اي اعمال كهربائيه الا اذا كنت فاهم فيها كويس قوي، ويا ريت الجا للتكنيشن او الفني هو اكيد اقدر مني يقوم بالعمليه دي. Again don't play with the electric connections. Number 2 don't insert a metal object. Again don't insert a metal object in the socket such as nails such as metal wires. نصيحة مهمة قوي خصوصا لل little children، الأطفال الصغيرين، ما تحطش أي حاجة في الكهرباء especially the metal and also the pencil، حتى كمان القلم الرصاص. احنا عارفين كويس قوي إن البنسل is made of carbon، هو كربون، والكربون نون ميتال، ومع ذلك هو الوحيد النون ميتال اللي كوندكتور بيوصل الكهرباء. فبليز ما ينفعش أجرب الكهرباء، ما فيهاش تجربة. don't insert، ما تحطش أي حاجة في السوكت أو في الفيشة because it will cause electric shock that may cause or may lead to death. ممكن الصدمة الكهربائية لا قدر الله تؤدي للوفاة. فبليز don't insert a metal object in the socket such as nails or metal wires. Don't touch the electric machines that are connected to the electric current with a wet hand. لو ايديا مبلولة for example لسه غسلها او واخد شاور او and so on, don't touch the electric machine and don't touch the socket. طب ازاي هطفي النور مثلا for example لما بعد ما اغسل ايديا في التويلت او اخدت شاور؟ ممكن اطفي النور عن طريق ان انا استخدم طاول فوطه او حاجه زي كده، او انشف ايديا كويس قوي الاول باي طاول وبعد كده استخدم السوكت. فبليز، واحنا عرفنا النهارده ان الووتر كوندكتور بتوصل الكهرباء، فالكهرباء هي والميه اعداء طول عمرهم. فبليز لو في ايديا فيها ووتر او ايديا ويت هاندد، ايديا مبلله، don't touch the electric machine that are connected to the electric car. For example, don't use the socket of the television, socket of the mobile. Don't use anything, any device, any machine that are connected to electricity with wet hand. يبقى لو ايديا wet hand ما اتعاملش مع الكهرباء خالص، اتعامل مع الكهرباء وايديا dry، ايديا جافه تماما. Again, don't touch the electric machine that are connected to the electric current with the wet hand. Like that. If your hands are wet, don't use the electric socket or the electric machine. Another advice or another precaution، نصائح مهمة جدا مش بنحفظها لكن بنفهمها او بنطبقها في حياتنا. انا عايزها تبقى applied، مطبقة في حياتنا، مش عايزكم تكونوا حافظينها بس. Don't try to fix or clean any electric machine. ما تحاولش تصلح او تنظف اي جهاز كهربائي while connected to the electric current. وقلنا اكتر مره بحب قوي الجا للتكنيشن اللي فاهم اكتر مني. ما دام انا مش عارف اعمل ده ازاي، بليز يعني ما احاولش كده اتصرف من نفسي. Again, don't try to fix or to clean any electric machine while connected to the electric current. For example, the vacuum cleaner، المكنسه، بنحب قوي ننضفها من التراب اللي جواها. طب انضفها وهي اوريدي كونكتد، متوصله بالكهرباء؟ لا طبعا، لازم الاول اعمل ديسكونكت الكتريسيتي. اي جهاز عايز انضفه او اصلحه، لو انا فاهم في التكنيكس بتاعته، الفنيات بتاعته، اوكي، بس بشرط ما يكونش connected to the electricity. Again, don't try to fix or to clean any electric machine while connected to the electric current. Don't extend، دي نقطة مهمة جدا بقى في حياتنا وبنشوفها كتير جدا في بيوتنا. Don't extend the electric wires on the ground so no one trips them while walking. يعني ما حاولش امد اسلاك على الارض كتيره لان ممكن جدا حد يتشنكل فيهم. يعني فور اكزامبل لو قاعد في مكان بعيد شويه عن التلفزيون او السوكت وعايز اشحن الموبايل او اللابتوب، فبليز اكون قاعد جنب السوكت عشان ما يعملش اكستندنج واير كتير على الارض، وده ممكن يسبب ترابنج، يعني حد يتشنكل او حد يعاق، حد يقع يعني، وده ممكن يسبب مشاكل اكتر. Again, don't extend the electric wires on the ground so no one trips them while walking. Like that. Look here. Here someone extends a wire from the socket and another one is tripped. واحد كده مد سلك عشان يشحن for example لابتوب، موبايل، اي حاجه زي كده، وشخص تاني مش واخد باله ان السلك ممتد، فحصل له tripping او falling down، وده ممكن يسبب broken او wounds، كسر او جرح، وممكن كمان يسبب electric shock لو حصل cutting للواير، لو السلك اتقطع ممكن يسبب electric shock. So again, don't extend the electric wires on the ground so no one trips them while walking. No one trips them while walking. Another advice for or another precaution of dealing with electricity: don't leave the wires naked or bared and not insulated. طب لو حصل اني وصلت اسلاك كهربيه لازم اغطيها فورا، بغطيها بحاجه بنسميها شريط لحام، اكيد سمعنا عنها قبل كده. يعني ممنوع منعا باتا اني اسيب الالكتريك وايرز naked او bared او not insulated، ما اسيبهاش خالص غير معزوله او زي ما بنسميها كده سلك عريان يعني باللغه العاميه. So again, don't leave the wires naked or bared or not insulated. They must be insulated from the electricity. لازم استخدم ماده عازله such as the plastic, such as the tape اللي بنسميه زي ما قلنا شريط اللحام. For example, like that, if I have to make a connection between some wires, I must cover them with a material which is insulating. لازم استخدم ماده تكون عازله للكهرباء. So again, I must use a material which is insulating for electricity such as plastic or the tape. So now another precaution: don't place several connections in the same socket. دي نصيحة قلناها في أول حلقة عشان أتجنب حاجة اسمها overload، الحمل الزيادة. ما أحطش أكتر من توصيلة واحدة في نفس السوكت أو أكتر من جهاز في نفس السوكت such as this image. Look here, I have one socket and I have more than one device or multiple device in the same socket that may cause ربما تسبب electric overload. So again, you must or we mustn't place several connections in the same socket to avoid overload that may cause ده بيسبب electric overload حمل كهربائي زيادة, and this cause increasing the temperature of the electric wire and may cause electric fire and also electric shock. Another precaution, don't leave the electric machine connected with the electric current while taking a bath. يعني for example الناس الرومانسيه بقى اللي بيحبوا ياخدوا شاور على انغام الموسيقى، لا ده خطر جدا جدا جدا. يعني اوريدي انا في التويلت او في الباث روم باخد شاور في ميه في ووتر اوريدي هي ماده كوندكتور، فممكن ده يسبب لو في اي جهاز كهربائي في الحمام فور اكزامبل كاسيت او لابتوب او هير دراير، حتى كمان مجفف الشعر اللي بنسميه سشوار، ده خطر جدا جدا جدا. لازم اخد بالي كويس قوي ان كلهم not connected while taking a bath. وانا باخد الباث روم او باخد شاور بتاعي اخد بالي كويس قوي ان كلهم مش متوصلين بالكهرباء. So again it's a very important advice، نصيحة مهمة جدا للتعامل مع الكهرباء. Don't leave the electric machine connected with the electric current while taking a bath. Don't leave the electric machine connected with the electric current while taking a bath. Another advice, place a piece of plastic in the socket to prevent inserting another body in it. يعني لو for example عندي كده socket بس في مستوى منخفض شوية وفي children في البيت، ممكن احط فيه piece of plastic، قطعة بلاستيك بتتباع especially عشان الهدف دوت، عشان امنع دخول اي metal او اي anything conductor داخل السوكت ربما يسبب electric shock. Again, place a piece of plastic in the socket to prevent inserting another body in it. احط قطعة بلاستيك في السوكت عشان امنع دخول اي شيء فيه. Again, another advice, don't place flammable material. ما تحطش اي مواد قابلة للاشتعال near the electric machine that generates heat such as heater, iron and the electric lamp. دفاية، سخان، اللمبة كمان، المصباح الكهربي خصوصا اللايت بالب لان ده بيولد حرارة عالية جدا. ناخد بالنا كويس قوي ان ما يكونش جنبهم اي حاجة flammable، اي حاجة قابلة للاشتعال such as curtains, such as furniture, such as clothes and so on. اي قماش او ملابس او اساس موبيليا خشب او ستاير، كل ده ممكن يحصل له electric fire او يسبب electric fire because they increase in the temperature of the electric machine. Another advice, or now we will see a short video about how to deal with electricity. كده عرفنا ايه هي اخطار الكهرباء وقسمناها نوعين، ممكن نلخصهم كده مع بعض من تاني. Dangers of electricity, dangers of electricity. There are two types which are direct injuries إصابات مباشرة and also indirect injuries إصابات غير مباشرة. The indirect, as I said, I have many reasons or I have many examples such as what? Such as electric fire and also electric shock. Number one, electric fires. Number two, electric shock. And at last, number three, electric burn. We have studied what's meant by each one of them. وعرفنا الفرق كويس قوي بين كلمة electric burn و electric fire. And also we have studied the main difference or the main reasons of each one of them. And what about the electric dangers which is indirect اللي هي غير مباشرة. So they are such as falling of a person from a ladder while making a repairs electricity. واحد بيصلح حاجة في الكهرباء لكن وقع عشان حصل شوك. طبعا هنا لما هيتكسر او لا قدر الله يتعور، هو الكسر بسبب الكهرباء بشكل مباشر؟ لا، هو بشكل غير مباشر كده منها indirect while making repairs in electricity. So we have started today two types of danger electricity which are direct and indirect injuries. Direct include electric fires, electric shock, and electric burn, and also indirect include falling of a person from a ladder or from a high place, like a balcony, for example, while making repairs in the HS. So now we will see a short video about how to deal with electricity. This video illustrates, or this video gives us precaution to deal with electricity and summarize our lesson today. So now let us see this short video about how to deal with electricity with the safe way. ازاي نتعامل مع الكهرباء بشكل آمن أو بشكل صحيح. Let us see this short video. Imagine that I have a robot here. This robot will advise you how to deal with electricity. Okay? This robot is like a lamp. هنا كأن في لمبة هي اللي بتتكلم أو هي اللي تقول لي إذا أتعامل مع الكهرباء. Because electricity, as I said before, is very important, but it's very dangerous at the same time. هي مهمة جدا وخطرة جدا في نفس الوقت. Okay? So this video illustrates the warnings or the precaution. بيوضح لي مخاطر أو التعامل مع الكهرباء. For example, this picture illustrates that children must be away from the electric source. لازم أي أطفال يكونوا بعيد جدا عن أي مصدر كهرباء. Again, children must be away from the electric source because it may cause electric shock. So again, some machines such as hair dryer, such as electric iron, must be avoided or must be away from the flammable material such as furniture, clothes, and carpets because they may cause electric fire. برضو أي آلة كهربائية بتولد كهرباء لازم ناخد بالنا كويس قوي، أو بتولد حرارة سوري، إنها تكون بعيدة عن أي مادة قابلة للاشتعال. So number one, or the first advice from this robot or from this lamp, okay, is that we must keep away all the flammable materials away from the electricity or from the machine that will generate heat. Again, look here. Imagine that will be your home. You must take care. Your home is provided with electricity. Electricity comes from what? Comes from electric power station. كهرباء جاية من محطة بنسميها محطة توليد الكهرباء. And those stations are very important for providing all cities and factories, houses with electricity. Look here, this is electricity, or this is the electric current that that is provided from the station to our house. So electricity is very dangerous, at the same time it's very important. So again, look here, these children or those children use electricity. Electricity is very important at home. We can't live without it. We can't do without. ما اقدرش استغنى عنها. But we must take care of dealing with electricity. Look here, if the extending wire here can cause what? Can cause tripping of someone else. ممكن يسبب tripping لأي شخص أو تشنكلة لأي شخص أو إنه يقع. And it may cause electric shock. So here, electricity is very important, as I said before, and it's very important at the same time. So by this short video, I'm afraid we have reached the end of this episode, and I advise you to deal with electricity with more severity. Please read this lesson and study this lesson carefully, because this lesson is very important, not for your syllabus or your questions, but also very important for your life. And now, thank you and goodbye.